This is 94.3 Radio 1. You're tuned in to Drive with Lunny.
Welcome back to the show. This Independence Day, we're celebrating modern day patriots, so people whose love for India shines through the work they do every single day. My guests today are Satender and Nidhi Singh, the co-founders of Grow Billion Trees, an incredible initiative with a bold mission to plant 1 billion trees by 2030. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, for sure. So growing a billion trees is a very powerful, ambitious goal. Where did it start?
So the story starts, I think, say 11 years back. So at Grow Billion Trees, we are 3 co-founders. We all started our journey as a software engineer, and gradually our love towards the environment, we started a knowledge platform, that is nurserylife.com, and gradually converted into an e-commerce platform. And right now we are connected with the 52 lakh garden lovers across India. During that period, we are supplying plants to NGOs, we are supplying plants to corporates, and gradually, they asked us, as you are the domain person, can you please help us in setting up employee engagement activity or do tree plantations in real, so that we can contribute towards the environment. So we helped few of the companies in Pune itself, and we did a tree plantations on few hills, and it feels so great. And another year also we tried to help other companies, and somehow we found out that this year also we are doing the plantation with other companies on the same piece of land. So that clicks out, what happened to the plants which we planted last year? We helped them to those corporates. And gradually we realize there is a gap. We are focusing on planting trees. That's just not it. That is the point from where the responsibilities start. That plants should survive.
Yes.
Then the goal is going to be done. So we started taking care of them. So from there only, we started these all tree plantations with the vision of making them sustainable. As we chose the name Grow Billion Trees, it's not just about planting trees.
Exactly.
We are growing them. So we majorly take care of 2 things while taking any project, while starting any project, when we are helping corporates to achieve their net zero or sustainability, ESG, SDG goals. So whenever we are planting trees, we are taking care for the trees minimum of 3 years, so that it can survive. Because after 3 years, trees are big enough and they can take care of us. And for this, you require a very small things. You just have to make sure when you are doing a plantation, it should be secure, so that it didn't get harmed when it's a baby. And because India has a dry spell in every region, at least at some point of time, because rain is not there for whole year. So we have to make sure the watering schedule, at least for initial years, for 1 year or 2 years.
So how often do you check in on these plantations?
So whenever we do a tree plantations, we have our project manager hired there, and at least for 3 years, they continuously take care for those sites. So when we do plantations, it's more about taking care of them. So for 3 years, we take care of them using local fertilizers, the best practices of that region. We always choose native species. So that's biodiversity cycle will also get fixed, and the survival will be high. Other than that, the transparency to the corporates, because awareness is required. And if you don't have transparency, what you have done, how you are contributing towards the environment, awareness is somewhere missing. So because when you know, this is a tree which I planted last year, it is thriving and giving back to the environment, to us, to the society, then you feel good and you tend to contribute more.
How far along are we in that process?
We are just 1% or less than 1% of our target. Till now, we have planted somewhere around 23.5 lakh trees, which is around 2.3 million. And the target is 1 billion, which is 1,000 times higher than that. So we are seeing a lot of traction from our corporate customers. And slowly, what we are trying to do is we are trying to build a platform in a way where corporates can come and contribute it. Maybe on the implementation side, we are onboarding a lot of FPOs, farmers, where we can plant these trees. So we are trying to create a tech platform in a manner that so this gap can be bridged, and that's how we can kind of scale this whole project to 1 billion. And as Nidhi said, the focus is not on planting, it is on growing the trees.
So
Absolutely.
we all three are having the tech background, so we are trying to implement to like merge that with the nature,
Yeah.
so we can have the best from both of them.
Amazing. So
And,
what does that mean? Like you're trying to implement tech? Like how have you used it?
Tech we are utilizing for transparency. So whenever we do any project for a corporate, so let's say if I planted 10,000 trees for a corporate, so what we do is we create a digital platform which we call as digital forest, where on that digital forest we keep on updating the live images like on a periodic basis, and these images are geotagged, which gives you time and location where the project has happened.
Okay.
So what is the current state of the project? So all that updates keep on coming there
Yeah.
on that digital platform. In addition to that, we also add more details, like let's say what are the SDG goals which are being covered by this particular tree plantation, what are the other benefits, like what are the socio-economic benefits to the society. So all those things, so we kind of do an impact analysis,
Okay.
and that impact analysis is there on that digital forest.
Yeah, like you
So-
said, I think that awareness is so important, and understanding why you're doing it
Yeah, yeah.
just helps you be
Yeah, so-
motivated to like keep doing
Yeah,
it.
so that's the positive feedback loop. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say if I've done a project and it worked really well, I'm happy to invest more into it.
Exactly.
So same happens with our corporate customers when I do a project for them. And till now, a lot of people who were doing CSR or those sort of activity, they were not knowing what's happening. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to help them with that, a measurable, transparent way where they can see that what is the impact
Yeah.
happened due to their plantation.
Like what have been the biggest challenges to like make it happen?
So you are true, because when we started is like having a big team of like you say in the operation side, scaling up. So every startup has those challenges. So
Yes.
currently we have our presence in 214 states, including 25 plus cities. So yes, but gradually, if you have the right kind of a intention, and if you have that transparency network and had continuous feedbacks, and if you are open enough
Yeah.
to accept them, so every day we are improving ourselves, and we are trying to get it more and more transparency, more
Yeah.
awareness. So
Yeah.
fixing it is going.
Yeah.
And of course with the support of a lot of corporates and individuals.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Yeah.
So see, we are kind of let's say trying to create or trying to do the work of nature. Okay, so what we are trying to do is one thing, like as Nidhi also said, like we are choosing native saplings. So these things you learn. So let's say
Absolutely.
in Bangalore, if you plant trees which are good for Delhi, so it might not work.
Yeah,
out.
I also spoke to a friend of mine who is like an environment conservationist recently, and he was saying that if you do plant trees that are non-native
Yeah.
anywhere, birds don't recognize them,
No,
so they
no,
won't sit
they
on
don't,
them.
they
They
don't.
won't. Yeah, it just
because they
affects
know
everything.
which
Yeah.
tree is their shelter, on which tree they should like have their nest and all.
Yes.
So it should be native, and the other biodiversity will not generate if you do a foreign species plantation on that
Yeah.
place. So
Yeah.
yes, every project is a learning. So with every project we have 2 or 3 new learnings. Of course there are also failures, but the thing is we are committed to fix those failures.
Yes.
Mistake is just one. When it's a repetition, it's not a mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
So whenever we are having anything, we are just fixing it. In every other project, we are taking care of the same thing.
So how can an individual help?
Yeah.
Can they volunteer?
Yeah.
Where can they go?
So we started our journey as a platform for individuals. Okay, and gradually it moved in the direction where the corporate requirement was there. So currently also on our platform, an individual can plant a tree. So you can plant a tree to wish someone on their birthday, on their
Yes.
anniversary. So we have on our platform where people can volunteer to have a new way of sustainable gifting, where you
Yeah.
don't gift like something else. You can gift them a tree certificate that I planted a tree on your behalf.
Yes.
So that could be one. Second, like we have developed this knowledge platform where like people can use that knowledge platform, spread a word across their friends and family. So that is another word. Third is like we also have like maybe these like maybe plantation activities happening in different cities. So we do invite volunteers.
Yeah, amazing.
for
And
that.
I feel like you can use any help that you can
Yeah,
get.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
of
such a big
course.
project.
Yes.
And if you can go by the stats also, so like and according to 2023 survey, average Indian carbon footprint for a year is 2.05. So if you do calculate very roughly, so one mature tree can sequester 20 kg of carbon dioxide. If we take it 20 years of a lifespan of a tree, it is 440. So in a way, if you calculate per year, if you just plant 4 to 5 trees as an individual,
Yes.
at least you are offsetting your carbon footprint.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, every year we have a lot of celebrations. Why not just plant tree when we are having
Yeah.
any celebration? And it's very easy. For
Exactly.
us, just as Satender already mentioned, you can just go on our website, just plant a tree. We as a platform, we as a specialized in this field, we are that capacity and that knowledge, so we can implement it on behalf of you, for an individual, for an corporate. So what you have to do, just you have to just take a pledge for it, or maybe just envision it that I would love to contribute.
Yes.
We'll be there, we'll help you out. So just go on our website, plant a tree, and it is like very minimum, less than a breakfast or a lunch cost. You can do it in that way.
Amazing. Thank you so much for all the work that you do. You heard it here first. That was Nidhi and Satender, the co-founders of Grow Billion Trees. They have undertaken the incredible mission of planting 1 billion trees by 2030. And on the way to that, they're also restoring India's forests, creating livelihoods, and fighting climate change. So they are the definition of modern day patriots, making India an even better place for future generations. If you want to help them out, you can plant trees, volunteer to help them at growbilliontrees.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere yet, because I'll be with you all the way until 9 p.m. tonight from 7 to 8.